How to deal with breakups. Sharp came coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. So how do you deal with breakups? And I got this email from a long subscriber. I'm talking about this guy was rocking with me since I had 400 subscribers. Shit, man. He's what we call, in the Navy, we call them lifers. Die hard fans, baby. You know, that's what we call them lifers. Which is a good thing. I'm joking around, but that's a good thing. So he's been following me for a long time. So he said he was deployed somewhere. He didn't tell me where he was deployed at. But he said he was out for like a year, and he said his girlfriend sent him a letter saying that basically she didn't want to talk to him no more because he's been away for a long time. She's feeling lonely. It's the Dear John letter, basically, where it's like, oh, you've been away for so long, I'm tired of waiting, I'm gonna move on, I got a new guy, and it's that type of deal. He said, how do you get past that? Because you got wives do this all the time. A lot of guys is married in the military. They've been away for maybe a couple months, a year or two, on deployment or something like that, and you ain't necessarily got to be in the military, but a guy might have been out of town for 2-3 months, or 6 months, and a woman, she's looking to move on, and she sends you an email or a letter saying basically, or a text. It's tacky sending a text, or sending any type of message over media. It's kind of tacky to me. Pick up the telephone or talk to the person in the flesh if you want to break up with them. But sending a text, email, that's kind of tacky. A lot of women can be very cold when they don't feel anything for a guy. A lot of women are like that. But here's the deal. There's a certain type of mindset. There's a certain type of woman that's like that. All women are not like that. There's a certain type of woman that's cold-blooded like that. And see, here's what I've been noticing over the past 10 years. A lot of guys don't really know what they got. They don't really know what type of woman they're dealing with. That's why when things happen, they be like, oh, I can't believe it. Can't believe she did me like this. They act like they never knew the woman, which in most cases, they didn't. Because based on their reaction, I'm like, you act like you never knew this woman before. You act like you never saw it coming. You act like it was almost impossible for her to do anything like this, or say anything like this. It's because you didn't know what you had. See, I've always knew what type of people I was around. I always knew what I got. Now, maybe I didn't like what was said or what the other person done, It's one thing not to like it. It's one thing not to accept it. But I never got caught off guard. I never said, hey, I can't believe she do this to me. I didn't know she was capable of this. Never. A lot of these people I used to hang with back in the day, I knew they weren't worth a nickel. I knew it. Because I knew what I knew I wasn't going to be around these people for another 5, 10 years back in the day when I was in my 20s. I knew I wasn't going to be around them. I knew they was going to be gone. I knew once the next shiny object come around, or the next silver bullet, I knew this was gonna be gone. I knew that. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. But that's how it is, man. But see, you have to realize that nice woman that dressed well, that's made up real well, that you think she's so perfect. She's not what you think she is. She's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. No one woman's perfect. I've never met a perfect woman. You know, see the person that you think she is, and this is hard. This makes it hard for a lot of guys. They think that she's Jesus Christ, flawless. Like, most guys see the woman the way they want to see her, and not how she really is. See, there's fantasy and there's reality. And this is why a lot of guys have problems getting, when somebody walks away from them, this is why they have such a hard time dealing with it, because they just don't, they want that fantasy girl. They just want that perfect fantasy girl. A girl that they can show off and act like she's so perfect. And she knows when you show off your girls around your guys or your family, they start to feel insecure because they know that that ain't them. This is why a lot of women will say, hey, people will say, hey, I feel like a fraud. I have some type of self-sabotage syndrome going on. Or, you know, they say they feel like a fraud all the time. They just insecure. They don't have confidence in themselves, because when they look in the mirror, they don't really like what they see. They don't really like the entire package. Now, maybe you like the entire package. Maybe you like what you see. Maybe you're perfectly fine the way she is, but she ain't. That's where the insecurities come from, because she's thinking, hey, I'm not enough. I gotta be like I gotta take pieces from another woman. Her hair, her face, her breasts. I need bigger butts, big tits. So this woman, look at her like who she really is, and not what you want her to be. She was just somebody you met along the way, along your journey. That's all, you know. See, everybody, I wish I had somebody to tell me this when I was younger. When you're in your 20s, especially, most of the people you meet in your 20s, by the time let's say you're 25. In the next 15, 20 years, 97% of those people you're not going to be talking to again. So by the time you're 45, you're not going to be talking to most of those people you met when you was 25. So even the, even the girls that you met, most of them gonna be come and go. They'll move on. Some get married, divorce, had kids. Some get married a second time, have kids, divorce again. And some won't get married at all. Some will still be playing, be out in the streets, doing whatever. Some will get fat. Some will get hooked on drugs and alcohol. Just whatever. This comes with the territory, you know. That's just what it is. The person that you probably want to be with the most is probably going to end up leaving. It usually ends up being that way. So if you want to be with her more and she wants to be with you, she's probably going to end up leaving. She's probably going to end up leaving you for a guy that she wants to be with more than he wants to be with her. It happens that way all the time, you know. See, I wish I had somebody to tell me this when I was younger, in my 20s. I had to go through all this trial and error, figuring all this stuff out. And nobody was around that I could ask advice because they never had the experience before. Most of the stuff I went through when I was in my 20s, most people was like, man, I never had to experience that before, I don't know. You know? And even still to this day. Not as much as in the 20s, because in the 20s I was like super active. So I'm not as active. I don't get up and go as much as I used to when I was in the 20s. When I was in my 20s, I was on the go every weekend. Almost every other day. You know? But every weekend I was on the go in my 20s. But I slowed down a little bit because I got things I want to do. You know? But even so to this day, some things that I experience is a lot of, when I talk to some people that I've been known for a while, they don't really know what to say because they never had the experience before. You know? They never really had the experience. They'll say, hey man, I saw this on a movie or read a book or something like that. I say, hey bro, I'm talking real life out here. I ain't read no book. Some of the stuff I experienced, I never read in a book. So basically, man, in a nutshell, it's like this. First, cherish the time you have with this woman. The time that you spent with her, I should say. And take it for what it is, just a life lesson. See things the way it is. See her for who she is, and not for what you want her to be. And see, when you do that, after a while, now I know it's hard. It's hard when people, you hurt, your feelings hurt or whatever. Yeah, I know, man. That's okay. That's okay. But if you see things for what it is, if you see her for who she is, then after a while you be like, you know, that makes sense. That she did this and did that. Because see, everyone has blind spots. But you start to put things together like a puzzle. Once you start seeing her for who she is, and then you be like, that's why she did that. That's why she said that. That's why. If you go back, see the signs were there early, but you you kind of, if we like somebody, we kind of let things fly over. We be like, all right, it's all right, We be like, no big deal, We kind of let it go. But those are the signs where we like somebody and we kind of just let it go or fly over our head. But those are the signs. Now, what you do with those signs, how you take it in, it's up to you. But the signs are there. People show you who they are. They're going to demonstrate who they are. So, the choice is yours for you to keep them around or not. Really. There's no perfect woman out here. I have never met them. I never met one woman that was perfect. Especially in America. There's no perfect person in America. Oh, no way. That's in a fantasy world. In a movie. So yeah, that's how you deal with breakups, man. That's how you deal with people when they walk out of your life. Is it hard? You betcha. Is it simple? Yeah. Is it easy? Sometimes. So hey, you like this video, share this video, like, subscribe. Go check out my book, Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.